Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest things that we've been talking about for about 3 years, going on 4 years now, is there are so many parents out there, and it's not all, so I want to preface this, and I know it's not all, but it's too many. We have too many parents who are becoming parents, who are getting pregnant, having kids, only for the benefits that they can collect from those kids, whatever it is, whether it's love, whether it's some type of emotional attachment to a man, whether it's to keep a man, trap a man, no matter whether it's for food stamps, whether it's for Section 8. There are too many people who are only having these children for the benefits that they can collect from those children, which is why we created the hashtag Babies for Benefits, because that's the real pandemic. How about that? That's the real pandemic that's plaguing our society, that's killing and causing us more death among our children every single day, to the point to where I can't keep up. I could never keep up. I can't keep up in one day, a week, a month of talking about these stories and presenting these exact same things. And in some cases, like Cuyahoga County and Houston, Texas, these stories continue to keep being produced from the same cities and the same areas. Don't y'all find that scary? The same cities, the same areas, repeat stories. Houston, Texas has a woman who has been arrested after investigators said that she used drugs to kill her 6-year-old son in order to collect insurance money. There is no price you can put on a human life. And that's so sad when parents have no value in their children to that extent. And to me, I know that they say that all sin is the same in the Bible, but if you ask me, that should be one sin that should be unforgivable. There's a special place in hell for people that do stuff like this. Let me get her face on the screen so you can see what Satan's daughter looks like. This woman right here, who looked like she slid out of a box of Frosted Flakes. Her name is Sanchez-Marks, 25 years stupid. 25 years old. Her beat up looking face, 25 years old. Why she look like she's 43 is beyond me. She's been charged with capital murder, and y'all know in the state of Texas, we have this thing called super aggravated child abuse laws, which apply to children who are ages 10 years of age or younger, which is probably what this is going to fall under. She's going to get a much harsher penalty, which is what we're pushing for, okay? She's been charged with capital murder in connection with the death of her son, that bright, handsome baby boy that y'all saw right there. Let me get a solo shot of him right there. Y'all look at that baby boy. Looks so innocent. What could he have done to deserve this type of demise? If you ask me, there is nothing. There never will be anything. According to court documents, the mother is accused of giving her son Jason. Let me put some respect on his name. Jason Sanchez-Marks. The mother is accused of giving her son Jason toxic amounts of chlorpheniramine. I can't pronounce that word. I've never even seen that before. Where do you even get that from? How do you even pronounce that? I can't pronounce it. Chlorphenamine. She gave her son toxic amounts of that and dextromethorphan, diphenhydramine with methamphetamine, which caused his death. And I'm sorry, guys. Look, I am not the brightest crayon in the box to be pronouncing these very difficult drugs. How could she even, I don't even know how she even got this stuff in her possession like this. An autopsy also revealed that her son Jason had been exposed to methamphetamine and cocaine, according to a report from the Texas Child Protection Service. Chlorpheniramine is an antihistamine that is sold over the counter as chlortrimeton and diabetic tussin. Diphenhydramine is an, I actually got that one right. Diphenhydramine is an allergy medicine that is sold over the counter as Benadryl, among other names. Dextromethorphan is a cough medicine that is sold over the counter as Delsum and Robitussin, among other names. And I'm sorry that I messed those names up, but I'm trying my best. According to the CPS report, the little boy Jason and his younger sister had been staying with their grandfather for about 2 months when they became ill with tuberculosis. Marks, the mother, came home and administered medication to her son Jason, but his sister refused to take it, according to a report. Over the course of 2 days, her son Jason became violently ill with vomiting, hallucinations, and insomnia, according to the report. The mother showed up twice and gave Jason NyQuil, according to the report, and he died a couple of days later. So the only reason the other child didn't pass away because the other child refused to take the meds. We believe it's her scheme to have her son die in her father's care, said Gilbert Sawtelle, the Harris County District Attorney said, Assistant District Attorney. Sawtelle said the investigators revealed a side of the mother tarnishing her credibility and character. She has a history of drug abuse and addiction. She has a history of drug abuse and addiction. Sawtelle said Ashley's father, Jason's grandfather, has been very cooperative with the police. The Marks' father told investigators that after his daughter administered the medicine, he noticed that his grandson became sicker. After his daughter left, he would experience seeing his grandson go through hallucinations. Prosecutors said Ashley Marks had a history of deceiving even her family for money. When she just won't work harder, won't study harder, go get an education to get her a higher paying career or job to be able to make more money, what does she do? She cons people. She lies to people. She murders her son for monetary gain. Hashtag babies for benefits. She asked her father for money for cancer treatment and represented to her family that she had cancer. I've actually heard of people doing that before. Lying, oh, I got cancer. And people feel sorry because you're plucking on people's heartstrings. They feel bad for you, and then they just start shelling out money. But you know, I don't never believe in that solving anybody's problems. You don't solve problems by just throwing money at a problem. It's just like when people throw money at homeless people and expect for them to get their lives together. That's not the way that works. But let's move on. It's a whole nother subject. So she asked for cancer treatment money. When her father asked her for a receipt, she produced a fake receipt from Texas Oncology. Her father also called Texas Oncology, and they had no record of her receiving treatment, and she later admitted to the police that she faked the receipt. That's the mother. Her mindset is jacked up. In this case, Sawtelle said that she had indicated to investigators that she was not familiar with life insurance, but prosecutors actually found the opposite. So y'all want to hear this part. It turns out that she is a licensed insurance agent with the state of Texas. That's what a liar's face looks like. What a despicable mother. I think that's quite despicable that there's people actually out here going through a real fight, that are actually suffering out here for real, that are in the hospitals fighting for their lives. I actually have a few friends, and I don't want to shout their names out, but my friends in Oklahoma, I've got a few of them who have actually gone through cancer, had to go through chemo, had to lose body parts that truly, truly, truly affected their life. And I know some of y'all out there that have family, that have friends, or some of you who are listening to the sound of my voice who are going through something right now, and y'all should be highly offended at that mother, at that boy's mother for lying like that. That's not fair, because there's people out here that really need those prayers, that really need that help, that really need those doctors, that really need that empathy and sympathy, and they're being robbed of those opportunities. Why? Because of people like this. She is a licensed insurance agent with the state of Texas. Matter of fact, anybody who she ever signed up for, they need to invest. They need to do an audit. That's what they need to do. They need to do an audit on everybody. They said she specializes in life insurance specifically, and that's a big clue that this was no accident. The mother was arrested Wednesday, and she was denied bail, of course, during a hearing Thursday, and her next court date is actually tomorrow. So for those who want to follow this story, her court date is actually tomorrow, on Monday. A spokesperson for CPS said the department had no contact with the family before Jason's death. That's the biological father. We'll get to all of that here in just a moment, but let me give you guys the fair usage so y'all can hear the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And I also want the people who are listening to remember that this is two things this month. This is National Autism Awareness Month, as well as National Child Abuse Month. April is National Child Abuse Month, as well as National Autism Awareness Month. Okay? Make sure you guys support that message. Let's go.
Today, KPRC2 is also hearing from the father of the young boy who investigators say was killed by his own mother. Our Courtney Zabowski is live in Southwest Houston this afternoon with what the father had to say. Courtney?
Christine, we're at Arthur Story Park, where Mario Sanchez, Jason Sanchez's father, would come with him on the weekends. They would fish here, they would run around. His father still can't believe he's gone. It's the voice of an angel for Mario Sanchez. His little boy gone too soon.
Man, I feel sad right now.
It was June 27th of last year when the young father said his ex-wife, 6yr-Marks, called to tell him their son was dead.
I just was thinking what's happening exactly to my son. Who did it? That's the first question. Who did it? Why?
Prior to Jason's death, Sanchez said 6yr-Marks asked him to sign documents to get life insurance on Jason and their other daughter. Despite the lack of his signature, Sanchez said 6yr-Marks obtained a policy. Sanchez believes 6yr-Marks killed their son for money.
When I hear to Ashley telling me that Jason died, I don't believe her. I was thinking that was a dream, a bad dream. I just want to wake up.
Since the end of last year, Mario Sanchez says he's had full custody of the daughter he shares with 6yr-Marks. Her arrest brings some closure for Mr. Sanchez that something like what happened to Jason won't happen again. And 6yr-Marks just had another child with another man. CPS tells us that that child is in custody. Christine?
Courtney, this is obviously a heartbreaking situation. Curious if Child Protective Services have a record of this family before the little boy died.
Not before the little died, but immediately when he did last June, they got involved. And because of what's happened now, that new baby is now in CPS custody. All right, so they are definitely involved at this point.
Okay, we appreciate the update, Courtney. Thank you.
KPRC2's Roseanne Aragon is live with the story you saw first on 2.
Roseanne, you have uncovered some troubling new details about Ashley Marks' past.
Yes, including what investigators tell us are lies that she told in order to get money, claiming it was for cancer treatment.
That's the part I want y'all to hear. She is an absolute liar, and she tricked her son's dad about the paperwork of that life insurance policy. So there's a reason why it requires more than just one signature in this case.
Yes, including what investigators tell us are lies that she told in order to get money, claiming it was for cancer treatment. Tonight, we are learning more from those who knew her, detailed accounts from her own father and ex-husband of 6 years.
You just can't be that broke. Like, come on, man. This is the land of opportunity. Even since the pandemic between last year and this year, I believe, in my opinion, that there have been more opportunities created for us to be able to generate income to do just a vast amount of things, including working from home. You mean to tell me with all the jobs that you could do sitting at home on your behind in a nice comfortable chair in a controlled weather environment, that this woman had to lie, steal, kill, and destroy for money? And I want y'all to remember, I've said this before, money is just an idea. And I've said that before, and I appreciate people for giving me credit for that. Money is just an idea. It's the value that we put in it. It's the value that we believe in. We believe that these dollar symbols, this money, these accounts, these things is worth something, and it is, okay? We exchange this in place of doing actual physical work or exchanging physical objects. So it's a promissory note. Just so you guys understand. Money and currency only matters if you believe in it. And it sucks that you can value life so little that you kill your own kid. You lie to your own parents. This woman, I want to say so many bad things, so I apologize. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get flagged, but there's a lot of bad things I want to say about this mother. Maybe y'all can express it in the chat, but I can't actually verbalize it, okay? Let's go.
At 6 years old, he knew Spanish, English, and a bit of Japanese.
I'm thinking about him.
Now his father, Mario Sanchez, gives him toys every Saturday at his gravesite. Meanwhile, Jason's mother, 25-year-old Ashley Marks, sits in jail.
We believe it's her scheme to have her son die in her father's care.
Prosecutors now painting a broader picture from what they've gathered of this mother charged with capital murder.
She has a history of drug abuse and addiction.
Jason died last June from toxic levels of essentially NyQuil, meth, and cocaine. Jason and his sister were staying with their grandfather for a few months, but Marks admitted to visiting every night the last few nights before Jason's death to give him medicine.
He would notice his grandson experiencing side effects like hallucinations.
A month before Jason's death, Marks signed up for 2 life insurance policies on Jason.
She's wanting to get the money from the insurance.
Prosecutors revealed deception was a common behavior.
She asked her father for money so that she could get cancer treatment and represented to her family that she had cancer. When the father asked her for the receipt for that, she produced a fake receipt.
She admitted to faking it. In this case, she told police she knew nothing about life insurance.
Turns out she's a licensed insurance agent. This was probably not an accidental death.
I actually spoke with Mark's youngest sister, who says her family is wanting privacy. It's been a lot for them. She does say she could not believe that her family is dealing with something quite like this. Meanwhile, Ashley Marks was in court this afternoon. The judge denied her bond. Reporting live from downtown, Roseanne Aragon, KPRC 2 News.
Amazing details to hear, Roseanne. Thank you. This is a story you saw first on 2. Our coverage continues on click2houston.com, where you can read in depth about the allegations against Ashley Marks.
April. All right, couple more videos real quick. And again, if you guys are listening, if you would, we'll take a pause real quick. Just click that thumbs up. Our goal is to try to get to 600 thumbs up if we can get there. So if you'll look down and see what that number is, if you'll click it, it should make the number go a little bit higher. So if y'all would all kind of band together, that would help us out quite a bit. Okay, make sure you guys click that thumbs up to share this story. I want more people to know what this type of thing is. This type of misuse, abuse, lying, cheating, stealing, deceiving has to be exposed. We can do that together the more that we share these stories, okay? Let's go.
It is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and this mother is accused of the worst kind of abuse.
Let's hear that one more time.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month.
And it's also autism awareness as well. Want to throw that out there.
And this mother is accused of the worst kind of abuse, killing her own child and allegedly doing it for the life insurance. She's now charged with capital murder. Here's Grace White.
In the heart of an upscale neighborhood just outside the 610 Loop in Houston.
This is a complicated case.
Complicated because 6-year-old Jason Sanchez-Marks died last summer. His public obituary posted online by the funeral home, but his mother, just arrested, appeared before a judge today.
Ms. Marks, you're charged with capital murder.
It wasn't until an autopsy came back showing drugs in Jason's system and his death ruled a homicide. The investigation took a turn. The little boy was staying at his grandfather's Tanglewood townhome. Chief of the DA's Child Fatality Division, Gilbert Sawtell, says Marks would come over to give her son NyQuil, laced with meth and cocaine. But according to the Child Fatality report, she was the one who called police to the grandfather's home. Sawtell says it was her attempt to cover it up.
So you believe this mother poisoned her child?
I believe she poisoned her child to cash in on 2 life insurance policies that she took out on her son a month prior to his death.
Turns out prosecutors say she's a licensed insurance agent in Texas, very familiar with life insurance policies. Sadly, Sawtell says on the first day of Child Abuse Prevention Month, a call to action for everyone to pay attention.
It's just another reminder to us all that we need to be vigilant and keep a lookout for any signs of abuse or neglect that children in our community have.
Today, a judge denied bond for Ashley Marks. Prosecutors say the grandfather is cooperating and they believe had no idea what his daughter was doing. Lynn, as a mom, such an incredibly tough story to report on.
Oh my gosh, as a dad, likewise. Grace, thank you for the update. As we mentioned, it is Child Abuse Prevention Month. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, call the Texas Abuse Hotline, 800-252-5400, or report online, textabusehotline.org.
It is a story you saw first on 2, and earlier this afternoon, Ashley Marks faced a judge for the very first time.
She's accused of using drugs to kill her son, Jason Sanchez-Marks, last year. And prosecutors say she did it for money. KPRC2's Brandon Walker is live now at the Tanglewood home where the boy died with the latest on the case. Brandon?
We got one more video right after this. It's going to be really quick.
Lauren, prosecutors say the motive here was intentional, and they say when they asked Marks about the insurance policy, in fact, 2 insurance policies they allege she took out leading up to Jason's death, they say that she lied about that. But it turns out they say that she is a licensed insurance agent here in the state of Texas.
I just want to wake up and say, oh man, that's a bad dream.
Mario Sanchez wishes wishes he could hug his son, 6-year-old Jason. He can't. Jason's dead.
Miss Ashley Marks.
And prosecutors say his mother killed him. Ashley Marks on the 1 p.m. docket today at Harris County Magistrate Court, accused of drugging him intentionally.
I was crying too much, and I feel so sad.
Gilbert Sawtell is Chief Child Fatality Prosecutor for the Harris County District Attorney's Office. He alleges the doses occurred a good 3 to 4 times, leading up to Jason's death in June. Toxic levels and some.
3 active ingredients commonly found in NyQuil, along with methamphetamine and also cocaine in his system.
Sawtelle says Jason had been living with his grandfather in a townhome on the 5800 block of Sugar Hill in Tanglewood. That's also where it's alleged his mother fatally drugged him.
We learned that she took out 2 life insurance policies on her son approximately a month before his death.
Investigators say Marks initially lied about taking out the policy, telling them she knew nothing about insurance, claiming she thought it was a savings plan. Mario Sanchez says Marks tried to get him to sign paperwork on an insurance policy as well.
I'm saying no all the time when she's come to my apartment and asking me.
As Sanchez also adding that he and Marks are no longer together. They were separated in the process of a divorce here. There's one more person that we mentioned, the grandfather who lives here. Investigators say that he has cooperated with their investigation all the while. His facts have checked out and he is not considered a suspect here. Live in Tanglewood, I'm Brandon Walker, KPRC 2 News.
I did want to show, I forgot I had this video. Let me show y'all this real quick. I want to just show y'all, before I give my closing thoughts, how happy this baby boy is, or was. This was absolutely senseless, and he met his demise at the hands of his very selfish mother. She wanted a quick come up. It ain't like she didn't have help. She had grandparents there, the father there. This mother was just selfish because she didn't want to work. She didn't want to become nothing. But she robbed her son of an opportunity to grow up and become something great, and I think was actually trying to murder her daughter as well. They also probably need to look into that and potentially charge her for that too. But look at this. Watch this video. It's really short and very sweet. R.I.P. young man. R.I.P. Just a kid being a kid.
Este es nuevo, esto lo traje hoy.
And he seemed like a very happy kid. And you asked, what was the mother's excuse? The mother tried to say that the kids had got sick and she gave them medicine to make them better. Then she gave the kids this medicine, left the kids in grandpa's care so that the kids would have essentially died in grandpa's possession. So she was trying to actually frame her own father, the grandfather, for whatever would have caused these kids' death. Moral of the story at the end of the day is this. I don't think anything needs to be changed with the way that we have the licensed insurance agents and life insurance. Again, you guys make sure and check out gerberlife.com, which is a great place for you guys to be able to get life insurance. Everybody should have life insurance. This is an anomaly. This is an anomaly. This is not normal for people to think about killing their children to try to come up on some type of money scheme. That's not normal. That's not a normal mentality for anybody. So I don't have any qualms about people getting life insurance because we all should have those policies and we all should use them responsibly at the natural passing, or if an unfortunate accident actually happens. That's not what happened here. This was premeditated murder. That's what that is. That'll get you the death penalty, and it'll also get you a special place in hell next to Satan himself for those who murder and abuse children. And especially with us just getting started the very first week of National Child Abuse Awareness Month, and also National Autism Awareness. And also I want to give a shout out to Save the Children of Texas. So many organizations, and I thank them for reaching out to me. We're actually going to link up with them and do some more events. We're going to get active, especially this coming summer as the weather gets better and we come out of this pandemic and we do more stuff. You're going to actually see us traveling, and I'm going to try to post as much of that content as possible to spread awareness against the bad parents. If you see something, say something. It does save lives. It absolutely matters if you see something to report it. If it looks off, I'd much rather you be wrong about what you thought you saw than to not say anything and we lose another child. The father did everything that he could. He realized, I made a mistake. This woman is not who I thought she was. She's crazy. She's a liar. She's a manipulator. They got a divorce and he was still trying to be a father. But instead of this woman just allowing that man to be a father and potentially just giving him full custody, which he already had custody of one of the kids, she decided to try to make a quick money scheme come up and murdered her kid. That was so wrong to do that to this father. And we're always clamoring for good men. We're always asking where are the good men, the good fathers. This was one, and you robbed him of his opportunity to create a legacy and watch his children grow up and become something great. We need to stop trying to use these children for the benefits we can get off of them. Hashtag babies for benefits. Stop spanking your children. Stop being vicious with your children when it comes to that. The only thing that children learn from spanking and physical discipline is fear. It does not teach respect. It teaches fear. We should not be fear mongers as parents. We lead with love and as an example. We are to be an example for our children to grow up in what they should want to become or become better than what we are. We got to start doing better. And like I said, man, I hope that, especially because this happened in Texas, I hope that Houston, Texas starts to set an example, because we got a whole group of people coming out of that area of Katy, Texas, Sugar Land, Houston, and all of that surrounding area with child abuse cases. And I hope that we take them and throw the book at all of them. None of them deserve any type of mercy. They don't deserve jail. They deserve hell. And I hope that they get every single moment of time that they deserve for what they did, not only to all the countless children that are out there, but in particular to this baby boy right here with such a bright smile. And I'm going to tell y'all, my favorite picture, not only of him and the dad, shout out to the biological father. I'm going to show y'all my favorite picture of him. That right there. That is an image of so much promise. And that baby could have grown up and become anything. So again, to this baby boy, was given all of these drugs. Absolutely ridiculous. Jason Sanchez-Marks, 6 years old, young prince, R.I.P. We use these stories in order to try to prevent these type of things from happening. And I don't want to continue to present these stories, and I hope that I can wake up one day and I have 0 emails, nothing to report, and we could talk about something fun and funny. But as long as children are losing their lives, we're going to continue to dedicate this channel, my life, my time, my sanity, to giving these children a voice, because they can't speak for themselves, nor can they defend themselves. Thank you to all of you guys who have jumped on board, to those who want to jump on board, for those who listen with an open mind and an open heart. From my heart to yours. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the way out. We'll see you guys on our next set of videos. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, okay? The AFC Podcast, where we advocate for children first. You have a great day. Have a great night. Peace.